Okay, hi Joe. Thank you very much for
Okay.
thank you very much for joining me for the interview of Joe. Just to just to
Althea.
just to let everybody know, perhaps people thinking about trying the paper-free method for themselves and getting it to work for them, or perhaps they're not sure if it's right for them. So just to hear it from somebody who's gone through and tried the steps and got the results.
Yes,
So tell me, you had ankle pain a while back,
yes.
and
About, oh gosh, how long was it? 3 or 4 years ago, maybe? Was it really that long ago? Mm.
and what was going on? What was
I
the
actually
pain you
had a
had
fall.
there?
It happens with the ankle. I had a fall. I was on my way to my new job, and I'd moved and didn't know my location. The station was new. Everything was new, and it was a brand new. I was going to work and I fell down the station steps and hurt my ankle and just ignored it for I don't even know how long, maybe a year.
Wow.
And then found you and you taught me through step one. And amazingly, after a year, it just disappeared. That pain just
Really?
went. It was absolutely amazing. And then what was it? Since April last year, April 2018, I've had real knee problems. They were just stiffening. I couldn't bend my knee. Things like trying to get shoes on or going downstairs was really hard. Couldn't really do that very well. And it almost looked like I needed a walking stick, to get
Wow.
off the couch and stuff like that.
And may I
And
ask? Is it okay to ask how old you are now? Would that be okay to share?
the big 50.
Big five. Ooh, me too. We're there. And
Um,
so you're thinking about having a walking stick.
yeah,
Really?
first time in my life I was thinking about having a walking stick, and I'd accepted the pain. I'd accepted that I was just going to deteriorate. I was thinking about how life might be even in one of those motorized wheelchairs, because it just didn't seem to get better. I've been to the doctor, had the scans, had the physio, and, it just wasn't helping really.
So how long
Um,
was it? How long was it? How long since the fall? Since you had a problem with knees? How long? What kind of
it was a good 9 months, really, at least 9 or 10 months.
And
Mm.
what were you doing in those 9 or 10 months? What were you doing about your knees?
I was doing physiotherapy, um, and I wasn't really taking painkillers. I'm not very good at taking painkillers. I sort of just accept it, I just sort of, I don't know what I was telling myself really.
Just get on with it and get on with your life.
Just get on with it, that's right, okay, so you can't do stairs, just do them slowly. I'd go to parts of the station, I'd always find a lift, always find the elevator. Um, that kind of thing, and I'd be going out of my way rather than just going in a straight path. It was like I'd be dragging people,
Okay.
2 kilometres away, because that's what it's like. I feel sorry for disabled people, really, because a lot of those facilities are afterthoughts,
Yeah.
and, there's no direct route. You have to find like almost a back way to things, and that's what I was doing. I was just finding back ways to
Wow.
places.
So you're
Missing
yeah.
Sometimes I would miss the tram because a certain tram would come along that had stairs, and I thought, oh, well, I can't get on that one. I'll have to wait for the next one. So I had to wait for the disabled tram, the one with a flat entrance, things like that.
So, so
Not being able to get to swimming pools, I had to have a swimming pool with a certain entrance, things like that.
so everything had to be flat wherever you went, and you
Yeah,
had to plan around that route. And even just so if it's the tram, I'm guessing just a few steps to get up the tram, was it, or something?
yeah, just a few steps. But
So
they were
just
quite
a
high
few
steps, you
steps.
see. Mm.
So what would have happened if you tried to get up those steps?
Oh, I'm sure I could have made it, but on the trams here in Melbourne are quite crowded, and if you don't manage to get inside and holding on tightly before the tram starts moving, you go flying. So, and I've experienced that a couple of times, and now I've learned my lesson, and it's just, oh, I'll just wait for the next tram.
Okay, so it's just to properly for you to be able to be comfortable and to be safe.
Yeah, and
not fall
safe.
down.
Exactly. Well, actually, one time we went to the beach, and my friend went swimming, and I found I couldn't go swimming because it was just slightly too many waves, and I was being knocked over. Like, my knees just weren't holding me up.
Okay.
So I had to just sit down on the sand, and it took me at least, I can't remember, it was like a good 20 minutes, half an hour before I could even stand up.
Right.
I had to think about, how am I going to stand up? And I had to scooch my way up on my bum up the beach, getting away from the water, sort of thing. And I can't even remember how I did it, because I think I rolled over or something like that eventually. But you see, being on my knees to just stand up like that hurt. So it took quite a lot of, it was like, okay, 1, 2, 3, that kind of mental thing going on, to just be on your knees for a brief second and quickly push up from your hands, that sort of stuff going on. And there's hundreds of people watching you, and you're thinking, oh, just, don't worry about them, just stand up, just get up. And nobody came to help because they didn't realise I was in trouble. They just thought, oh, watch this woman, what's she doing, scooching up the beach on her bum? But, yeah, it would have taken 4 people to get me up anyway.
So I just missed that.
Because they don't realise you've got absolutely no strength. They think, oh, I'll help your hands, but risk can do that for you. So I don't feel that at the moment.
So even if they sort of helped you up, it still would have hurt the
I've never managed anybody to help me up, because they, usually like one person will come and they'll say, oh, I'll help you up, but they can't actually do it, because it's literally, they have to lift my entire body. My body not giving them any assistance, and then they're not prepared for that. They just think, oh, I'll just give her a helping hand, just, quick tug sort of thing. But that's not what I needed. I actually needed someone to lift me.
And in your knees,
so no one's managed to do that, and ways of doing it myself. Sorry, what was that, Althea?
So you managed to get up, but then it was 20 minutes of kind of getting your head around the mental kind of focus to just for a minute to kneel on your knees, which were in pain.
Yes. Yeah.
And then just quickly get up as best you could. Kind of mentally get up.
Wide-legged and, and sort of, that kind of thing.
So did it actually hurt to actually walk along then, or your body weight on your knees? Does it come and go? Is it anything particular kind of triggers it?
What definitely stairs and getting off things, like like getting up from a chair, or trying to swing around in the car, things like that. Anything. I mean, there's so many things where you don't even realise your knees spring you up. Like just I could walk okay, but if I'd walked a lot, then I would really slow down. It was like I just couldn't take the pace. It was very sluggish. The slightest gradient would be really quite tough for me. I'd be lagging behind, like friends walking or whatever. They wouldn't even realise. They would just continue on. And for me, it was suddenly hitting a block. It's like, gradient, like a little ramp. Could be anything. A little raise in the pavement, and suddenly I was lagging behind.
And then the pain got worse when you felt that gradient.
Yeah, for sure. And then they'd really swell up. They would swell up, and then it's almost like a cycle. It's like they'd swell up so much that I had even less movement, less, they'd just become really rigid. And it felt like those blow-up armbands that you used to wear when you were swimming. It felt like I had those around my knees so that you couldn't bend them anyway, and it felt like I had something tight constantly around my knee. Things like putting shoes on, getting trousers on.
Every knee movement, just not even just weight on the knees, but the movement or weight of movement.
No, just trying to move. That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
any kind of movement of that hinge of your
Yeah.
knee. Okay. And how did this make you feel? Because that's 9 months.
Yeah, that's it. And you don't even realise how many times. I know, it's crazy. Who knew? Time just flies.
It
I
does.
don't know what happened out there. Honestly, you just think about what needs to be done. You just think, right, I've got to get to work. Okay, what's the best route to get to work? I wasn't thinking about fixing my knees. I was just thinking about what's the best way around this problem.
I know you're very go for and get on with it, and very positive, and, which is fantastic. It's a really good attitude to have. But then the knees were kind of creeping up there, wasn't it? 9 months
Yeah.
later. So how did you feel about that? What made you how did you feel when it was getting to 9 months? You tried all the tests and physio, and you knew you
Well,
were kind of rerouting.
I was starting to look at those motorised disabled chairs that people have, and I thought, oh, maybe I'll be the token disabled person in my office, because they love that in government. And I thought, is that my end? I wasn't sure. I didn't know.
How did you feel about that?
Um,
Very practical and it's honourable.
I think that's right. I don't think I really felt sad or anything like that. I just accepted, oh, that must be part of old age, and I just accepted it. It was only my sister coming over who said, but you're still young, what are you doing? You can't accept it, we're going to get you moving. And unbelievable, you text me out of the blue, like, to me.
I love it. Love the synchronicity.
Yeah, and it was just, it was like all of a sudden, all sides telling me, what are you doing? You're not old. You can't accept this.
You're only
And
50. Didn't you say your sister went for a run?
she did.
And what was she saying to you when she saw you getting in and out of cars? And
Well, she was sighing, and just kind of, it was heartbreaking for her. She was like, oh, she was like that, saying, I can't believe you're in so much pain.
So that was the turning point for you when you saw your sister.
I think so.
Being so in shock about the pain you were in.
Yeah, that's right. And I think that's it. You see shock on other people's faces and you think, wow, why is this not shocking to me? I've gotten so used to it that it's part of normal life.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, they think as they get older, I mean, you're only 50, I'm 50. I expect to be dancing and I don't know what, yogaing and I don't know what for years, I don't know. But a lot of people think the same, I think, that accepted. I mean, you're such a positive girl, and it's a wonderful attitude to have. But then thinking about being in a wheelchair and motorised wheelchair and things, and it's same with me. I think people do feel that sometimes. They think that, but it's possible. So what happens? What happens? So then they're better, aren't they? So what happens?
I had a session with you and, felt almost immediate relief, even though the pain just seemed to dart around. Do you remember? It was like running around. It felt like a little, can't even, it was so funny. It was almost like a spark of energy because I could feel the heat on the side of my knee. And it just felt like it was darting around that leg, my left leg, and it went to my shin, and that was really painful. And then it went down to my ankle again, and top of my foot, and all of that sort of stuff. And yeah.
And that's quite natural when we work together. When you do the PainFree method, I guide you through it, or when you're doing it for yourself, that's going to happen because the pain will shift about. That's one of the what the body does, and so it's just kind of proof that the pain is not stuck and solid and never going to move, kind of a thing. It does move around. So I'm just looking at when we first started talking on that session. The number was about 8 out of 10 on the left knee when we first started the call, and then it went down to 2 out of 10 by the time.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And that was just not even half an hour, wasn't it?
Well, how many days ago was that, Althea? Because my knees been fine.
Just a couple of days. That's been about 2 or 3 days, isn't it? Losing track of time. And that's just a couple of days, because then we were going to talk yesterday, and then I spoke to you today before that. So that's 2 days
Yeah.
later. And what's the number for you at the moment, 2 days later? It's that half an hour session.
Well, I don't feel any pain at all in my knee.
Nothing at all.
No, and the swelling has gone completely down.
Joe,
And
I
haven't done anything at all for my knees. You know, it's like I have, you know, anyway, it's been quite incredible. I can't say the pain's disappeared altogether because it's still sitting. I know where it's sitting now. It's sitting on my actually I say that. I think it's sitting on top of my foot now, and I need to do something about that.
Yeah.
But yesterday, sorry, I keep going on about this now, but yesterday I got to a point where I couldn't get out of the car again, and it wasn't my knees, it was my ankle or my foot, and I couldn't swivel it to get out. And then we came home from shopping. I did a quick session, a quick step one, and then we went out again in the car and what have you, and I just got out the car as normal, and we didn't even notice that.
That's fantastic, Joe.
I just climbed out of the car. And she was like, oh, yeah. You know, there's no problem at all.
Because that's the thing, you know, when we're in pain, the world comes crashing down, and then you can't go up the steps, and you're thinking about even getting out of the car and everything else. But when you don't have it anymore, you just get on with things. Just get on with your life and think about it. Oh, Joe, I'm absolutely thrilled for you. That's fantastic. So obviously there is a little bit left, because it went down to a 2.
I'm going to take her walking today. We're going to go and do some, we're going to do a bit of market shopping, and probably go and visit some really beautiful gardens that are around.
Perfect.
Yes.
That sounds ideal. And just remember, if anything does flare up, ankle or anything else, make sure you go into step 1. And I'm just going to post that below as well. But just to make sure you go into step 1 as soon as you feel discomfort of any kind. That's going to guide you through to releasing it. And if it's a bit more stubborn, just stay with it. Just be patient. Just go through step 1. Just go quietly.
Yeah, that's right. That's something else we spoke about, didn't we? It took 9 months really for this pain to make its way to. I mean, there was always there, but for me to recognise it, I suppose, you know, and do something about it. And you can't expect it to really. We didn't expect it to go in so quickly, but there you go. I think you're right. A little bit of patience is it's okay, isn't it? It's a good thing. It's all right.
Yes, it is.
I feel okay about it too. If I do sense pain, I don't sense panic. You know, it's just okay. All right. Well, what do we do then? Let's just.
And it's kind of like your body talking to you, saying, "Pay attention to this. This bit's not okay." Yeah. So when you mentally connect with it and feel into it, and when you connect with it, and this is a very physical pain. When you connect with it, your body is in a way kind of getting an answer, because it's getting itself answered. It's getting what it needs. It's asking for something, and you're paying attention to it, and it's kind of getting what it needs, and that creates flow in your system.
Right.
Then the pain is no reason. Your body's you. Your body's not against you. It's not a bit of you.
No.
It's your enemy or anything.
Wow. There were times.
But it's kind of.
It almost creates that out of body. You know, but you sort of do. Sometimes you might say, "Oh, why me? You know, what did I do? What have I done that I'm still in pain like this? Is this what Mum was like? You know, am I going to be like Mum?" That kind of thing. But you're right, it's your own body.
But that's kind of getting out of your body. That's kind of, as you say, out of
it's
body.
Like it's something else.
It is. Well, technically, it's mind energy. That's in your mind, thinking about stuff and thinking about those kind of things. So bringing your attention back into the body, where your body needs you most, and then it can flow. And I have another question for you, because quite a few times people say, "But can this pain-free method, can it cure? I've got a physical thing. I've got a joint problem. I've got migraines. I've got neck pain. I've got a physical thing. But it's a physical thing. How can you cure a physical thing?" But you had a physical
You
thing,
tell
right?
me, how does it cure a physical thing? I don't know, but I guess I believe it so much that, and I've always felt mind over matter anyway.
Okay.
I do. I've always felt that, you know, your mind manifests somewhere in the body.
Okay.
I've kind of always had that in the back of my mind anyway.
Okay.
But
It's
yeah,
like
you're
if
right. I mean, why has my swelling gone down? I mean, it just seems absolutely incredible to me. It is. It's
it is incredible. Your body is incredible. Your body is amazing. You're amazing. We're incredible creatures, and we have such a powerful survival instinct. I mean, you can see people, drug addicts and full-on alcoholics, and
yeah,
they survive for years and years. Somehow, how on
yeah,
earth does that happen? But
true.
we have incredible survival instincts, and that's part of what you're tapping into when you heal yourself. You're not doing the healing. Your body is already, you're set up to heal. Like when you cut yourself, your body heals. You don't say, can you heal please, body? It just,
Yeah, yeah.
it does a
It's
body
like
healing.
focusing the energy or something, isn't it? It's just like,
It's focusing your mental attention to your body. So when we
yeah,
get pain, that's a kind of separation. Perhaps you're ignoring it for 9 months. So the ignoring is like your mind away from your body, which is natural. Lots of people do it. It's nothing, nothing essentially wrong with that. But technically, your mind is away from your body, or your emotions. You're getting on with work, or please minimize that. So you're kind of away from it. So your body's going, it's getting worse. Help! Pay attention. So
yeah,
when you pay attention, bingo, it gets the answer it needs. There's a bit more to that, obviously, but that's the kind of gist of it. The body's getting answers, and by you paying attention to it, which is all in step one. Okay, Joe, I'm absolutely thrilled. So you're going shopping in the markets, and you're going walking about, and
that's right.
would that have happened a couple of days ago? Would you have gone off and done all that? Perhaps you would have anyway, I don't know, but
No, I don't think so. I mean, we sort of changed the holiday plans, you know, from doing this and that. It was like, oh, well, maybe we'll just hang out at home and do some reading. You know, like through our grannies. It's
oh,
yeah, I think it's been quite sad. Considering my sister, she'd just flown 20,000 K, you know, to be here with me. So yeah, you know, don't really want to sit in my living room. I want to go out and
yes.
show her a bit of Melbourne and the surrounding area and things like that.
So it should be okay going around, and you got out the car earlier, and yesterday it was,
Yeah,
and you realised it was absolutely fine, and it's gone
yeah,
down from 8 down to 2, and
that's
it works for you because you've got it to work for you. So just remember to do the feeding into step one. That's fantastic. I'm thrilled
and
for you.
even my sister. She even said, "Oh, are you in a little bit of pain? Do you need to talk to Althea?" She said, and you need
Yeah.
to go and do some meditation. That's what she said.
Oh,
So it was
oh,
like, yeah, okay, I'll do some a bit later. Mm.
fantastic.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you so much, Joe. Thank you so much for sharing
thank
that.
you.
And thank you, and you're welcome. And it's just fantastic. This is what I'm living for. That people get out of pain,
Yeah,
get on with their life, and just get on,
and it's
go
so
to markets and
so simple, isn't it? It's
yeah.
it's it's mind-boggling that it's so simple, but it's like anything that's simple. You still need someone to show you. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I teach you in the program I offer a one-to-one. It's I teach you, but the idea is that you get it, and
yeah,
I'm there just to keep tweaking, just make sure you're doing the right thing for it to work. So, but
yeah,
essentially, I want to give the reins over to you, and I would love you to, when you're feeling better, then and you're pain-free, then you're living your life, and this is the icing on the cake to me. That's you're doing what you want, not in pain anymore. That's I'm getting my fix whatever. So thank you very much, Joe. It's fantastic. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for sharing your story about your knees, and to make sure that you're doing your step one when you need it. Come back to it, but hopefully that's just gone. But if it does come back, then you know what to do.
exactly. Yeah, it's like you have some tools and a little tool bag, that you
That's
carry
it.
with you anywhere. So it's
Yes,
fantastic.
anywhere, and it's so easy. Thank
Yeah.
you very
Thanks.
much. Thank you.
Love you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.